Yo, episode 8, my guys. Manhattan
Mm-hmm.
Brown in the building. Mills Band in the
Yo,
Yes, sir.
special guest. Uh, excuse me. Special guest
Mm-hmm.
in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got a producer, got engineer, Pyro Lucane. Welcome to the
Yep.
show, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. Definitely. I appreciate all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
So, man,
Definitely. Promo use only. I definitely been watching y'all for probably like the last year or so. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Just
and like, and and it's crazy because one of the reasons why I ended up tapping in is because I seen Dub Aura with the construction shirt, I believe it was,
yeah,
the construction work
yeah,
shirt joint.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
that was yep. So that was last summer. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, all right. So ever since then I just been, tapped in, man. So yeah, definitely, a great job with the merch quality, looking crazy. I don't, what I mean? So, I don't own nothing yet, but I will. Y'all gonna get me right. So,
You good, man. You
gotcha.
good, man. We
Definitely.
appreciate that, man.
that's
Appreciate
what it is.
real talk. That's exactly how we met. Sky had some great energy. I went on his page, checked it out. I was like, yo, man, we definitely got to bring him on behind the brand. I know he's got a lot going on. I was checking out some of the beats, some of the page. So,
Yeah.
what we do, we just gonna go through a
Yeah.
couple of topics here and there, and then we gonna jump into the behind the brand segment and everything,
Yeah.
whatnot, and just get to know, more Pyro Luke Kane, man. Here we go.
Definitely. Definitely.
no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So, as advised, man, we're going to get into everything you got going on, man. But, we just do some topics real fast.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, I'm with it.
before we start, man, new versus battle about to come into play. 2 Chainz and Rick Ross. So Pyro, since you are the guest, man, start
Yeah.
off, man. Let us know how you feel about the new verses that's about to jump off,
I'm gonna keep all in one thou wow with y'all since y'all my peoples. I don't like that matchup.
man.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I
facts.
don't like it.
You don't like it though.
Nah, I mean personally, I would rather have been Ross and Jeezy. That's more
Yo.
of a
Yeah,
that's you know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
that's more of like
so,
that's more of like an eye catcher because not for nothing, these two dudes was like, pounding the game at the same time. Like they came in at the same time.
yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like, and they runs is kind of similar, but Ross had more of a run when he took back, the triple C's and he came back with MMG. So, that made his run more longer, you know what I mean? So, I feel like that would have been more suitable for the people, but, I'll take it, 2 Chainz, I like it, background from Disturbing the Peace and all that, he had a couple key, he had a couple key verses on Luda's Chicken and Beer back in the day. So, word of mouth and all that. So, and he came back with a splash in 2011, True, right around getting it,
Right. Going around the room, man. Mike, how you feel about it, man?
Yeah, I thought it was man, that should surprise me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I would have probably wanted to see 2 Chainz go up against somebody else. Ross is my guy, you know what I'm saying? Ross is my guy. I know he has a whole bunch of crazy ass shit on all these albums that he has. I've always thought Ross was underrated. You know what I'm saying? Me, low key, he don't get the praise with all that 50 Cent stuff that just tapped in and happened or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would have wanted him to see somebody else. But like you said, I'm the same. I'll take it. It is what it is. It's gonna be fun to see how that goes. I think it's gonna be a different because he has that trap sound. He might start going in his bag when he was Titty Boy. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. So
so it's gonna so it's gonna be fun to see. Overall, I'm just wanting to see the energy that Ross comes with. I ain't never thought Ross would even jump into one of these.
But I like it though. It's for the culture though. It's for the
culture.
culture.
Yeah, for sure. And now they, on Apple Music. I know they got their, their sponsorship with them and whatnot too.
Yeah, that was smart doing the playlist and all that. Yeah, smart.
It should be dope. Still be a good one.
How you feel about it, man?
Well, facts, like to piggyback off what Pyro Kane said, I would rather seen Ross and Gigi just off the fact, like he was saying, they was both getting it at the same time, and they used to take shots at each other back in the days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it was something there. So you know what I'm saying. And that's why I want to see that. But I think it's gonna be a good battle. You know what I'm saying? I was on it. I was talking to my South cats. They like, yo, watch 2 Chainz. I'm going with 2 Chainz. I'm still going with Ross overall. But I think it's gonna be a good one.
It will. Yeah, definitely. The energy is gonna be there between both. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? overall as far as like the energy factor. But as far as like the placing of who's going against, I didn't like that initially, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I mean, like I said, as far as with the matchup itself, that kind of threw me off. But Chain's got some sleepers, especially
he got some
if he go into that feature bag. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a that's, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of out of this world. So.
The 100 features in 1 year. Remember that?
Yeah. But Ross just got like solid hits, man, especially from his album catalog. So
that's what I'm saying.
Shit out.
Word.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. So like Ross's arsenal is crazy, like crazy.
I'm
but
just,
you know,
I'm gonna enjoy it. Like I'm it's gonna probably be one of them. Like I'm not gonna say it's like Snoop DMX, but it's gonna be one of them shits where I'm not being a ref or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Brooklyn over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being a real fan.
Gotta call that shit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I might just
that's a fact though. That's a fact. I fuck with Coach Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, like, you know what I mean, he be ruling everything, you know what I'm saying? Like be coaching, you know what I mean? So it's like I fuck with that.
That's what that shit, even though they try to play it down, oh, it's for the coach or nobody. It's a versus for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Not going up against each other. It's a matchup. So yeah, it gotta be one of them. Fuck it. It is what it is. That's what it gotta be. So I guess the consensus is Ross gonna win this for everybody.
I'm going with Ross.
Going with Ross. Man.
My God, Ross.
Man. I gotta go against the grain, man. I got 2 Chainz coming out.
Yo, honestly, bro, it's either way.
It can happen.
Yeah,
it can happen.
Going to see the versus, might be a long one, man. Might be a tie.
Ross might be too smooth. He might come out of this bullshit, be mad smooth. Play all that smooth shit.
Man, he got to come with it. Like he got to come with it.
Yeah, it's all about choices, man. That's what it's really based on. It's really,
and that's what it's based on. Them choices, yo.
That's it. Yeah. We hope he pick a strong 20 because Ross got some fire. I hope he got some undercards that nobody probably heard because he got some of those on the albums. So
like the LB side cuts.
Yeah,
like
some ones that
L joints
that was just chilling and nobody probably just that the beats was crazy. So I'm hoping he goes into one of those. I really
that's a fact. Yeah.
All right. So as we move along, I'm saying, some sports talk real quick. You know what I mean? How we feeling about 54-year-old Mike and 54 Roy and 56 Mike.
Roy.
You just say, you ain't even got no age. Ain't nobody worried about their age. Ain't nobody. They old.
Yo,
say that.
My guy Mike is gonna wash Roy.
I just hope they be all right, man. I don't want nobody to get hurt.
Nah, definitely me neither. Me neither, but damn.
Go pull something.
Yeah, man. I'm I Brooklyn to the core. So of course Mike is going rooting for. However, if it goes over one round,
it's over.
Roy just fought like last year. I think he got knocked out of some shit out the ring, but he just fought like last year.
Nah, that's a fact. So, he did get knocked out of the ring recently, so yeah.
I was watching that Tyson documentary, that Tyson shit the other night. They show where he lost to Kevin McBride, man.
Yeah. He's like, I don't
have the heart for this no more, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, all right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm
not gonna disrespect the profession.
That's a fact. Like, yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be a good one too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be a good one too. You know what I mean? Like, see them two, like, go in and go at it. Yeah, definitely. Exhibition. Because what Mike said. I'm trying to punch through you. That's still in him.
Yeah. And it looked like shit. He still got the strength, man. He's pushing that big ass crane on the sand.
Well, not to cut you off, but if you remember, Mike didn't even really go through no crazy injuries throughout his boxing career. He was the one giving out injuries. Even you know what I'm saying, like even when he lost to Buster Douglas, which I feel was BS, but either way, you know what I'm saying. But like he hasn't taken no crazy lumps, you know what I'm saying, throughout his whole career. So now Roy, on the other hand, when like when his jaw got tapped that first time, that was it. Once people found out he had a glass jaw, that was over.
Yeah, about
It
a
was
short dude. I forgot his name. Damn, I
yeah,
forgot. 'Cause they do it, like,
me
twice.
too. I forgot his name too.
I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, yeah.
know you're
Had Roy
talking about.
Knox.
Yeah.
Yep, he
Yeah.
tapped his jaw. Once he tapped his jaw, the word was out there that Roy had a glass jaw. That was it. That was it then.
That's when he started rapping.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Gotta
he
use
must
that
have forgot. That nigga must have forgot.
Yeah.
Facts, but honestly though, it's gonna be a good, exhibition in the situation
Yeah.
going on. It's gonna be
That's
good
something
though.
to watch.
Yeah, definitely something to watch, man. Something to talk about. Something to keep the morale going.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah, man.
fact.
So outside of that, of course, baseball started. I don't know if anybody too much baseball fans there. That shit looking kind of crazy as far as the people getting infected. So I don't know how they season gonna progress.
Florida teams.
Yeah.
Florida
Yeah,
teams, man.
yeah, man. It's crazy, man. But NBA seems like the bubble working. They tested all the players again on the 20th. Nobody came back COVID positive. So
Mhm.
that's plus that bubble working. How y'all feel about my man Sweet Lou going to Magic City?
Yo, son just wanted some wings, bro.
He wanted
Like, he
them
just
wings, man.
That's yo.
he wanted some wings,
You
man.
gotta say sometimes when you go out to go there. I mean, yo, they got the best wings. Strip clubs
Got the best wings, B.
Nah, for real. Like, I'm saying? Like, I got, like, I'm saying? Like, I actually got peoples down there and they be saying like, yo, that's like a regular thing, like on some takeout shit. Like, they don't even pay attention to the strippers half the time. Like, that's
Word,
regular.
yo.
That's regular.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Get a fucking wrap.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Stripper just straight buzzing it down in front of you while you eating a wrap. Like, that's normal. Like, that's normal, bro. Like, that's normal. Like,
And my wife would be pissed at me, nigga, because I'll be gone for like 2 hours, come back 2 hours cold. It'll be a wrap, yo. Word up. See, nigga.
She'd be like, damn, yo, what happened to the food? Damn.
Like,
Damn.
Oh,
Cold, fried up.
they
I
really
mean, that's
Damn.
just hours.
It's crazy to believe
Yeah.
that clubs really got some of the best food though, man.
Nah, yeah. Like, they be having, like, honestly, they be having full Sunday dinners, like mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? Collard greens. I'm saying bitches shaking their ass in the corner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that.
Rest in peace to Sin City, New York City.
Yeah,
Yo, I was
yeah.
about to say, I remember cats used to go to Sin for the seafood platter.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy, man? I'm kind of tight that I missed the Sin City era. I'm not even gonna say in front, which I missed it. I missed the era, man. I missed it, man. I never got a chance to go, B.
Incredible era, man. Trust. And very, very the food.
Nah, yeah, I heard, man. I heard.
New York.
It was like top NYC as far as like late night.
Real NYC.
Nah. Definitely,
Beautiful
I know.
place, man.
Definitely. Rest in
I got
peace,
some
Sin City.
stories on that shit, but that's gonna have to be for right. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yo,
lovely, man. Lovely, man.
word, bro.
Word, man. But listen, man, we gonna get into you, Pyro. You know what I'm saying? Pyro, man. Engineer, producer. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know about yourself, man. Some of our viewers know about you, man. How you started?
Well, as everybody know now, my name is Pyro Lucane. I'm originally from Albany, New York, and I actually currently reside in New Haven, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? So, feel me, like, home away from home. You know what I'm saying? I've been here for about a good, 12 years, really, with the music, man, like, as I was just thinking, like, as far as like my initial start, because I got two starts. I got like the start when I was being familiar with the, with music as like a youngin coming up, and I got the start where I jumped in and started to making music. So, so basically, like, coming up in Albany, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was born in 91. So, that was around the time when like, was around the time when rap was here to stay. So, coming up, like, all through the crib, I would hear, like, my father playing jazz. And I'm saying, like, my father is he was a avid jazz fan, George Benson, Branford Marsalis. I mean, we can go on and on and on about that. And my mom's like, being from Queens, like she's like the mixtape queen. Like she was able to
Right.
pick out, an ill mixtape with her eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. So and also growing up, like my pops, he had like a security team and whatnot. So it was in Albany and whatnot. So every time a big artist would come through, his phone would ring. You know what I'm saying? Like him and his guys would go to the clubs or whatever. Do their thing, bouncing and all that. So at the end of the night, well, but for me, but the next day, like I would like wake up to like a signed poster from like Clue with somebody, like you know what I'm saying, like I would, or better yet, like I would wake up with like a tape, you know what I'm saying, and they basically like shouting me out on the tape because my father knew all the big DJs. So
Word.
so these are all the things that I was growing up under as like as a kid. Not even, you know what I'm saying, just like just really loving it. And on top of that, I learned how to make tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like my father, he used to have me make tapes, and he used to give me like $2-3 or whatever. So
Word.
you feel me? So he'll be the one with the CDs because
Wow.
because back then albums was like $20-$18. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the hood wasn't getting that. And on top of that, tapes was about 10. So
Yeah.
You play like $17.99 for an album, B, $15.99, $17.99.
Nobody.
Exactly. So exactly. So by my pops being the album king, everybody used to come to our crib. You know what I mean? So they were like, I'm gonna have to charge you about $7. He'll keep 4 and he'll give me 3 because I'm the one doing the labor. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was a little, rest in peace of my pops, but the nigga was really shortchanging me. Sorry, pops. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But me and him will always talk about that and stuff like that, and how like probably my 7th birthday, I got like an ill radio, black joint with the double dual, like tape deck with the CD on top joint, like you know what I'm saying, like with the crazy wow antenna that could stretch from here to Mars, like you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, but I used to sit in front of the radio and just jam out and just rock out. You know what I'm saying? Like then once I learned like the different type of tapes, like the Maxwell tapes and like like the 90-minute, the 180. You know what I'm saying? So like, and on top of that, at first, before I even got into even production, even know what a nigga made, how people make beats.
Right.
I actually wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
This was back when I was like 7, 8 years old. So going back to what I said about my father bringing me home these tapes. So I'll be like, damn, like, it sounds like, they're at the party rocking. Mind you, they'll be recording the tapes at the party. I would hear the crowd. So I'm like, wow. So I'm like, I'm a kid, you know what I'm saying? So really just, and back then it wasn't no Serato or no DJ controller that you could pick up for like $250, $300-$400. Nah, you had to get the Techniques, the Newmarks, the Stantons. Them joints was like from like $500 to $1,000 a piece. And you had the mixer, the receiver, all those things rounded up to almost about 10 grand if you really think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Layaway heavy. I remember catches putting shit on layaway trying to.
exactly, right. So so it was crazy because my pops would get me anything else. My mom would give me anything else, but when I asked for a set of 2 turntables in the mixer, they was like, hell no.
Yeah.
It was like, hell no. Like, not because they didn't want to get it from me. It was the fact of the responsibility that it came with. Now that I'm older, like buying my own equipment, I get it. Like, even though that, everything is digital now, but you know what I mean, it's still the same respect factor. Yeah, it's even more money. If you think about it, digitally, it's more money. So exactly. So so that's like my first. That was my introduction.
Okay.
Now, as far as me hopping in the field of making music, I started teetering with it when I was like 15.
Okay.
Like 15. Like just really like messing with it because there was a time where if you really try to pursue music, you was getting laughed at. I come from that era too. This is around like '05, 2006, like around that time, like around the time when like the dudes out in the street wasn't looking at rappers how they being glorified right now. This is new.
That was a consensus for a while. That rappers was corny. Niggas was just talking.
Yeah, they was just talking. They soft, like you know what I'm saying. So with me making beats, which is actually kind like no disrespect to no rappers or nothing like that, but we are the engines. You know what I'm saying? Like we the ones, like feel me, like we the engines, the wheels. You know what I mean? Like feel me. All the rappers gotta do is just drive, like just drive it correctly. That's it.
Right.
Get to your next destination, fine, and we all straight. But before I even really got into production heavily, that's when I started to rap a little bit.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, word.
So at first, right? So big shout out to my man Hugh Better, man, because that's like my best friend from high school to now, man. He's the real reason why he's actually one of the real reasons why there is a Pyro Luke Kane, because when I moved from Albany to here and I started high school, meaning like New Haven, Connecticut, to the people that's watching. So, but
New Haven is tough too, yo.
Yeah, man, we gonna get to that after the yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I moved here, he was on the football team. You know what I'm saying? Like I played football or whatever. So me and him ended up like finding out that we was really into music. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna come to your crib or whatever. So he was saying that he had a little setup in his building. I mean, well, in his basement. So this is 2006. So mind you, this is like pre-digital. This is like the mixture of the digital and analog still. It's kind of on the fence still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So so I remember, man, my boy Hugh Better, right? This dude, like, he was actually already really composing songs, making beats. I'm like, damn, like how is he doing all this? Like how? Like I'm just feel me, like I'm sitting here trying to make 16s and all that, and he's really like making the beat, like making the hook, like writing. I'm like, wait. So I'm like, all right, cool, So he was making beats off of Hip Hop EJ. I don't know if y'all familiar with Hip Hop EJ or anything, but that's like one of the oldest programs ever. Like ever. Yeah, like that, like they still got it, but I don't know if it's made for production. It probably is, but it's probably for kids or something now. But that was actually one of the things that that he had, that I seen, that he was like making beats off, like how you making beats off of a computer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, and it's just like, mind you, like I was still kind of in the mix of getting analog stuff and trying to like, sync it to my computer. Because mind you, that was still new too. This is still new. So now, like back then, I couldn't wake up on YouTube, like wake up and go to YouTube and be like, yo, how can I make a Just Blaze type beat or like a Kanye type beat? Nah, we had to listen. Like we had just like in his ill, because all of us, everybody who my age now, all of us had basically came up with YouTube. Like YouTube was fairly new back then. So so it wasn't no tutorials, it wasn't no none of that.
That shit was raw and uncut back then.
It was basically like, if like, thank God that I ended up like, running into individuals, and on top of that, I actually got family that's in the business as well. So I actually come from a long list of like music, you know what I'm saying, whether it being a fan of it or like, just the business end too, you know what I'm saying? Because because like, two of my uncles like, had a label, and they had, and they had like, all of my cousins that was older than me as like a rap group. So,
nice.
Yeah. So when my boy Hugh, like, oh wait, all right, we back. All right, so with my man Hugh, like I remember one night we was chilling in his basement. I'm like, yo, bro, like, how do you make beats? And I was like 16 at this. I was like 16 at the time, and he was like, honestly, bro, like that shit comes from within you. Like I can't sit here. I could sit here and give you the basics, but you got to develop your own style. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? You got to figure out, but everything starts from you. And back then, like, you know, if you like 16 now, then, or however, as like a kid, you gonna be like, well, what the hell type of advice is that? Like what type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I'm like, you know, I want you to really show me how to do it. So, but he didn't have to show me because I was already watching him. I was just picking his brain. I was picking his brain on like, how do you actually attack making a beat if it's something blank in front of you? Like you you basically start from scratch. So what I did was, all my guys that I looked up to at that time, you know, Ye and Blaze and Timberland, all them guys, all those guys was sample heavy. So back then, like, you know, I didn't have a keyboard or none of that stuff yet. So I used to just sample stuff. I used to just take my father's CDs or on my mom's joints, and I used to just sample. Like sample.
That's crazy because sorry to cut you off too. That's crazy because I was going to ask you in relation to that, because I see a lot of vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to ask you, a lot of production, does it come from sample, and how challenging is that? You know what I'm saying? That was going to be one of my questions.
I could actually answer that before I get back into the little story. But sampling, I'm gonna just say this: it's not easy, but you gotta have the ear. And there's a lot of rules, and there's a lot of unwritten rules when it comes to sampling. Like one of the rules is that like don't just sample anything. Like that's like one of the rules. Don't just sample anything just to make a record. Like, and I could even bring it down a little bit, like, you know, minimal, like just don't sample shit with mad drums in it. You know what I'm saying? Get that perfect chop going on. Like get that perfect loop. Once you got that perfect loop, that'll like the sample will tell you. Yeah, like the sample will tell you what you gonna do to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's if you really have the ear for real. Because when I hear like a lot of these samples that are being recreated and the songs are not that old, meaning like, you know, taking stuff from like 98, 99, like I don't really like that, because like the song didn't really get the full light just yet versus taking something from the 70s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, anything within like 20 years, all right, I get it. You know, people want to bring back like, you know, the feel and stuff like that. But it's actually too that going on because everybody's using the same sample. It's like everybody's doing the same samples. That was the reason why I actually went back to actually digging in the crates, because if I take a, I don't know, if I take a Lisa, no, matter of fact, if I take like a Patrice Russian joint, like you not like, yeah, I mean, but you may know like the Forgive Me Not song and then Remind Me and yeah, that's cool, but there's some other joints on that record that you could take. So with me now, I don't like to take samples that like, well, me, I never did really, but it was just the fact of me getting my craft right. I would take songs that I loved, like, you know, growing up, and I would like flip them just to see how they will sound with like a newer type of swing. So now what I do is I basically dig like hard, like I basically dig, like dig. Like sometimes, like now, like honestly, bro, I have a whole stack of 20 records I didn't even go through yet. I only went through like 5, 6.
Wow. Okay.
And that's with me just running around and finding, like, just me working and running around, like, you know what I'm saying? So once I really get back in the lab, like it's gonna be something crazy. But that's actually that's actually one of the main reasons why I started like really digging for samples, is because I didn't want to sound the same. And also I actually wanted to gain more of like an appreciation of real music.
Right. Soul and
So
classic, that
yeah,
thing.
like I could actually read who actually did the drums and who played the trumpet. I could tell you on certain songs, like, yeah, such and such played the trumpet on this, and you wouldn't even know who he is. But that's just me. That's just me doing my homework and me really taking music serious.
How important is
Right.
that?
That's
Yeah.
important, yo.
Take it serious. Like that's what, and that's another thing. Not to go off topic. A lot of these producers, and I blame it on the labels too. But a lot of these producers are really like are really kind of messing the game up because there's no originality. Now, granted, like like the guys who actually run the label, who actually runs these big corporations, like they don't want that. Let's just let's just keep it all the way real. They don't want that.
Nah, you know what's popping right now,
Yeah, like they want, like, it's like, it's a whole bunch of fat white Jewish guys sitting at the top of Universal Records looking down like, so the Pop Smoke sound is working. Rest in peace, obviously. Definitely rest in peace. That sound is working. So well, we about to just run this to the ground for the next year and a half, and we could just, until somebody else come, we could just hop on their wave. So, which is fine because the underground, where I basically pride myself at, is eating. We're gonna eat regardless. We're gonna eat regardless because the streets is gonna tell what's hot and what's not. Them guys in them suits and ties don't know. They just going off a hearsay.
Yeah. They not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? When the clubs was on, they wasn't in them shits, man. Getting the feel for what the people want. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So even with me not making, let's just say, popular music, even though I could because I'm not talented enough to actually jump in the lane, but why?
Yeah, feel yourself, man. I like that shit. Feel yourself, man. I like that.
Feel me, like, why would I do that? Why would I want to play y'all game when I could, when I could be over here with me and my peoples? You know what I'm saying? And
I respect
underground icon, baby. You know what I mean? That's the brand. That's the merch. I gotta feel me, like, I gotta plug that in.
Plug that, man.
You gotta plug all of that. That's what promotion is.
Plug that. You know what I'm saying? The mask too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Man, salute, man. That's what it's about, man. How important? We want to ask. Definitely going to ask around the way. Of course, we got some questions. Always want to tap in, like,
definitely.
Right now, man. Like, how we think important is that right now, as far as just everything is making the music industry as a brand itself. You know what I'm saying? To even understand how important is merch, how important is these things. Talk about like those things too as we go into questions.
You know what? It's very important, and one of the people that actually drilled that into my head, and and also into like another one of my brothers has is he's like a big brother to me. Well, all of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, OB, Only Business, you know what I mean? So, he's been in the game for like, for a little while, like, and stuff like that. As far as like, he was a rapper, he's a producer, director, videographer, you know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, he actually has a whole bunch of other stuff going on too. So, and he was like, he will always tell me, like, because like I met him when I was 18, he would be like, yo, man, like, yeah, he will always like, talk shit, but it will be like in a way for me to get right because he know I have the talent and the potential to take over whatever I decide to do. So, so he will always tell us like, branding yourself, like, it's bigger than music. It's bigger than that. Like, sell yourself, like, make people buy into what you got going on besides your music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make people like, think that you're like, that you're actually somebody. Matter of fact, pause. Let them know that you somebody, like, let them know, brand yourself, like, because that's the only way that you're going to get through doors A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't bring yourself and you just stay within your surroundings, then you're just gonna be one of them guys I talked about, like, yeah, he could have, but he was just scared to go out his circumference and really do what he had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, and win, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he's actually like he's actually a partner of mine in the merch, Underground Icon. Nice. Like, yeah. And on top is, and it's actually three of us. It's me, OB, and my other brother, which is my artist, GQ the Prince.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now,
Oh,
like,
yeah. I remember from your Grammy.
yeah, yo, listen, man. Listen, like, sorry to jump off, like, you know, topics,
You good,
whatever.
man? You good, man?
Before,
You good,
so I'm
man?
saying, so let's just say this, like, me and him, like, last year we dropped from the end of 2018 into 2019. When it was all said and done last year, we dropped 5 projects.
Wow.
5.
So
So
that's a lot for sure.
5. So, you know what I mean? So, and on top of that, we're about to drop another project called No Easy Summer at the end of the summer.
Nice.
So,
nice.
so you know, it's gonna be a 5-track EP and stuff like that. You know, it's just like, you know, it's the people, like, you know, it's people to really get back in tune to what we got going on, because we coming back at the end of the year with like a full length album, like another full length album. We didn't do a full length album last year, but we did one in 2018 that people are still talking about now, and we in 2020.
Right.
So and the reason why we flooded so basically we can actually take our time to create how we doing now, to branch off, like with the merch, like, you know, stuff like that, and, you know, exploring new music, like, you know what I'm saying, like, me and him sometimes now, like, before we even start a session, we just grab a random record and we just let it play and see.
Okay,
you know
get a feel for it.
Yeah, and see
if you can find something in there. Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "Ooh, I like that," and I just stop
Right.
it, and then it just go from there. And then we just, you know what I'm saying, we just, like, you know, like, the chemistry is crazy because not only, like, you know, I've known him since I was 14 when I moved here, but me and him have similar backgrounds when it comes to family life and music.
Nice. Okay.
So basically, like, you know, our sessions be different because we don't bullshit around.
Right.
You know, like, it, like, you know, back when we was younger and we was, like, you know, a part of a group with, like, another brother of mine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we used to have, like, you know, like, you know, chicks coming through the studio and like, you know, young stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but as we got older and we actually wanted to turn this into something that we wanted to eat off of, or basically have this be the launching pad for other things after, we had to be like, we had to really knuckle down and be like, all right, who are we? What are we doing? Who are we feeding? And what's our message?
Right.
So it was more so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I compare us to Gangstar, and that's a heavy comparison.
I was about to say, man, that's a real big deal right there. You know what I mean?
Nah, it is. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, when y'all get a chance, you know, look up GQ the Prince on all streaming, you know, services and whatnot. And feel me, I'm gonna send y'all some links. I'm gonna send y'all some links too. So, but like, I look at it like that is because, like, the way he rap and I listen to Guru is like both of us is kicking what's going on out right now. We was talking about things back in 2016, 2017 that's just now happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a song in 2016 that we had produced, well, me, OB, and, you know, and of course G was on the verses. It's called Still Gotta. Now, that's like a, you know, conscious song, whatever. And that was like when the first time when, like, the rallies and the marches first started kicking up, kind of, sort of. I forgot who had passed around that time. It was either Mike Brown or Trayvon Martin, one of them.
Probably Mike Brown.
Yeah. All right, cool. Word. So, rest in peace, Mike Brown too. You know what I mean? So, but it was around that time, and it was a line in the song saying that, he was saying that, what did he say? Damn, man, like, it's so many joints. So he was saying like, yo, like, people saying Black Lives Matter, and when are my people gonna stand up? Like, you know, talking that. And then now, 4 years later, you know, you got people in, you know, Minnesota burning down freaking fucking police stations, something that I thought that was never even gonna happen. Burning down police stations and looting and, like, like a lot of things getting pushed forward, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to us, whatever. We still got a long way to go because it's a lot of, you know, black on black violence going on still. But at the same time, like what I'm trying to get is that he was already forward thinking when it came to the raps. And now going back to Guru, he was forward thinking because feel me, because you know, I could go back to and listen to X Girl to Next Girl off the Daily Operation album. And these are things that they were going through back in the day. They're younger. And I'm like, yo, this is shit that we going through now. And I'm like, yo, and my man's is really talking about what we going through, like, you know, all the people that we lost, like, you know, coming up through high school, through like, you know, due to gun violence or due to the feds or the penitentiary or, you know, whatever. So, you know, so, and on top of that, like, that's just the rapping aspect. And when it comes to the production, like now, that's a totally different, like, situation, is because the air is different. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if anybody know Primo, he had like a unique way about making beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do, like, you know, like the dude is like, you know, very like, you know, jazz, like, you know, driven. But also, you know, the thing with Primo is that definitely, and the thing with Primo is that he made all them Gangstar albums and still had an outside career doing stuff with J. Rue the Damager,
Nas, all that,
Nas, like,
everybody.
Exactly. So
yeah.
Exactly. So I look at myself as like that because while, like, you know, me and G got the projects, like, you know, going, like, you know, killing the underground, like, you know, I got my foot over in, like, you know, in the door with the new cats, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I look at it as being like a double-edged sword. And that's what I feel what Primo was. And now Guru, he never really mixed and mingled with the rap niggas, just like how GQ is. GQ the Prince is like that. So, you know, so not even like, you know, in a sense of not trying to really do nothing with them, but you know how these rappers be nowadays. So, you know what I mean? So, you know, so he's not really feeling the energy. Like, the energy has to be true and authentic. And that's the latest project we put out too, Authentic. We had dropped that a year ago yesterday.
Okay. Nice.
So,
nice. Congrats too, man.
Definitely.
Happy 1 year with that joint.
Yeah, definitely, man. 1 year anniversary, man. And that was the pride. And let me tell you, like, how we make our projects is definitely like, you know, it's crazy. Like, we've done made like, you know, we've done had sessions where we was in spots with no heat, freezing, like, making joint, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking we done been in spots where it's hot as hell, making joints, like, so it's just like, so it's like the music, man, like the music that we have in the chemistry that really all three of us have, like me, OB, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he's like the person that really like steers us in the right direction. Like, he's like our big brother / like mentor, because he's actually done, like, you know, he's actually done some industry work. So he knows how these people think. It don't matter if it's 10 years ago or now. It's still the same game, but different people. So like, you know, definitely thank God for OB. You know what I'm saying? You know, thank God for my big bro, because, you know, we'll be out here, you know, wilding for respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he definitely fed us, like, you know, like, yo, like, all them dudes that you thinking is it, ain't it.
Yeah.
Y'all are it. Keep doing what y'all doing, like, you know what I mean? So
that's dope, man. And real quick, now you said the black on black thing. We'll come back to that another time. Next time we got you. I have to have a discussion about that.
To have a conversation.
I want to counter that, but
okay.
Albie Al, how you linked up with Albie Al, man?
Listen, man, that's another play by my big bro OB and NO. Now, shout out to my boy NO. Like, NO, like, stand-up guy. Great, like, that's my boy. Like, he can hit me for beats. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's crazy because, like, the day of the video and, like, the club appearance, I was out in Albany. I wasn't even there. So And it was crazy because like when that happened, like it was actually already talks of LBL and NO doing a song, but they didn't know what beat. So, you know, me, I'm not the person that just say, yo, I'll do it. Like, nah, like, because like, you know, 9 times out of 10, I don't want, like, feel me, I'm not a begging type of dude. Like, I earn my keep. Like, when, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when it came to the music, I've always earned my respect when it comes to, it wasn't like I just came off the porch and dudes just embrace me. Nah, I had to work. I had to go through it. So, you know, that happened. And I remember sending the beat over. I remember I'll never forget it. I remember sending the beat over and not really thinking nothing of it. A couple days or like a week later, I get the song and I see LBI on it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, all right. And on top of that, before I even go deeper into that story, shout out to my little bro Scoozy, because he definitely collabed on that track with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's crazy because initially that was his track. He basically sent it to me. He was like, yo, big bro, I want you to, like, you know, finish it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the one who, you know, formatted it and stuff like that. I didn't actually record that session, or as far as, like, because, you know, like I said, I was out of town or whatever the case was. So, but I think like the day that I came back from out of town, like GQ was telling me, because OB once again had shot the video.
Okay.
He shot the video for it. And on top of that, if it wasn't for OB stepping up for me and saying like, yo, I think you should, you know, give, like, you know, Pyro this placement. And I was like, oh, word, yeah, all right, cool. It wasn't no pushback and whatever. At least, you know, that's what I got from it. That's what I heard. So, you know, so I sent some joints over, and then that was the joint he picked, and then we was rolling and then that was it from there. So, so when I came back from Albany, and they was actually telling me about how the video went and how the night went, because you know, once again, not even once again, free LBL. Let's just say that free the guy. Free him. Free him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. So what was ill is that he had basically came down. He had basically shot the video, and he did the club appearance too.
Wow.
So he basically did everything in one day, and I'm feeling like I'm sitting, I'm like, damn, I'm mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, but you know what though? But honestly, like ever since then, like that done, like, you know, like the streets was going crazy for that record. Like it wasn't a time like, you know, like last summer, it wasn't a time where I actually didn't hear it. I was hearing it in certain places. I would see people, like, you know, post it on their stories while they driving and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was definitely like an ill moment for me. And all it did was let me know, like, you know, like, yeah, you know, I could do this for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, all we gotta do is just keep working. And on top of that, having great people in your corner to lobby for you. That's the most important thing in this game. Like, really, that's how a lot of these placements happen. If you're not already cool with the artist already, it's people lobbying for you, credible people lobbying for you, and then that's what happened. OB is a credible person, like, you know. NO, he was like, oh damn, I forgot. So that's how it happened. So
word, because I when Flex was doing the freestyles, man, I think he had like the top one for me, man. It had to be like top 3.
And he had just came home from that situation. He had just came home then too. So, you know,
I really started following him and you know, getting on him. Like that dude was a sleeper, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry he in the camp right now, but hopefully he get out there and get back to it. You know what I mean?
It was like, you know, after he had basically came down here or whatever, and he basically seen how, like, you know, people was embracing him, like genuinely really showing him love. Like he started, like, you know, extending the hand out, started, like, you know, inviting him to pool parties, like, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, these are things that, so even though those are the bells and the whistles that come with the game when it comes to certain situations, but at the same time, that's to show you that there's a lot of genuine people out here. After the record is done, it could have been like, all right, well, I got the bread, whatever. I was in your town, whatever. That's it. Nah, it was a situation where and him was still talking and all that. So, I was able to still, get joints to him and stuff like that. OB, he was definitely still in the mix. So, so either way I look at it, I was good, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely happy and I'm definitely fortunate that I was able to get one with him before he went in. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Shout out to OB on that. Word.
I had one more question, but I want to kind of let it go around the room, see if anybody else had it before mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, Brown, my man. I don't know if Gunna, you got any questions or anything too, man.
I just want to know, like you said, you heard your shit, getting last summer. You hear your joint getting played, getting nonstop played. How does that feel? Does it does it put any pressure on you to damn, I got to make another one just like this, or is it
what's crazy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy, man? My first radio record that was actually on the radio getting spins, I was 18, 19, due to like I said, back to OB being a rapper. He was one of the he was actually the first rapper from New Haven to actually get spins on the actual big time radio station out here, Hot 93.7. So he was the very first one. So if you ever run into a rapper from from out here or wherever, and them niggas try to say that they was the first one, nah, Pyro Luke Kane is here to tell you that only business, tell him I'm bent on Hot 93.7 in rotation all day, all night. So by me already having, yeah, exactly. So basically, going back to what you said, was it pressure to to basically come with another one? Nah, because to be honest with you, I don't want to say nobody really checking for me like that, but it's a situation where I always surprise people, you know what I'm saying, because I don't be in the mix with everybody who's so-called everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's really, feel me, because it's really no pressure for me unless if I create it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by me actually, by me actually sticking to the underground, and basically, getting my work on through the streets, people tend to look at you yeah, you're a street producer, whatever. But, but I'm actually, providing a lot of the sounds. I'm providing, style that people take from me. I'm providing things that there's as producers that's in the area that's actually taken from me.
Yeah.
Have I said anything about it? Nah, that's cool. But it wasn't. But
charge it to the game.
Yeah, definitely. And on top of that, last summer, I had heard that joint and another joint I did for another local rapper out here by the name of Ty Henny. Everybody was playing that around. So I would be walking from the barbershop, and I would, and I would literally walk past a car that's playing my joint at the stoplight.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the dude driving is knocking to it, but he don't know that the dude who made the beat just walked past his car.
Right.
Honestly, that's the illest shit in the world.
That's the gratifying part. Yeah, I got it.
That's ill.
That's
ill.
Always dope seeing somebody I know exactly what you feel. Seeing somebody with your shit on the street, you seeing it's oh damn, you don't even know I put that up. I
don't even gotta say nothing. I don't even gotta say nothing.
You don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah, I let the streets talk. I let my fans talk. Yeah, I let my work speak. I let the people who's really rocking with me speak. I let everybody else speak. Anybody who know me, I'm just in the hole working. Working. If you see me pop out, I'm trying to gain some inspiration. That's it.
Yeah, that's dope.
One
more question too, just on the strength of through this whole joint, I heard your father. Me personally, you know what I'm saying, as men, I lost my father early. So what was kind of the biggest inspiration? Rest in peace to your pops, of course.
Rest in peace to yours too, B.
what was like the biggest inspiration? Because like that kept you going through all of that. It's a tough thing, you know what I'm saying? As men moving on, what was the biggest thing? I think doing that and going forward, like, nah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it as you talk about him all the time and mention that. I'm like that same thing too as well. How important is that as far as like being a man and just taking over and pushing through all of this?
Yeah, like honestly, like first, like one of the biggest things that I actually care, like not care, but one of the things I actually take with me as far as like keep going, like he's the first person who actually bought me a MIDI keyboard. He actually wanted me to get into music, like, you know, things like that. He actually you know, pushed me when my mom was trying to get me out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because you know Mama Love ain't really gonna really start really respecting it until, like, you know, until some ends come in the crib with some notoriety. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. And you have a daughter as well. You have a daughter as well too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay.
You're a father as well too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
man. Definitely, man. My baby girl, Jackson, man. Man. She's 4 years old. And it's funny, like it's funny that you mentioned her, because I was actually gonna bring this up too, because she actually told me one day, she actually looked at me, she was like, Dad, I want to be an artist. I said, I was like, and you know me, like I never like, you know, producing is my thing. Music is my thing. Like I would never force her to do anything that she don't want to do just because your dad is doing it. But you know, but ever since she was born, she's around me while I'm making music.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever since she was born. So, and on top of that, ever since I was born, I was around my father while listening to music, while lifting weights, you know, all of that, like listening to all types of jazz. So basically, like the history,
it's in the genes, man.
Yeah, it's in the genes. Like so, so when it comes to him, I think about the times when I said, like, I would, like, there'd be times where I want to quit. He'd be like, quit. He'd be like, nigga, you crazy. Like, what?
Right.
Like, nah, we don't quit. Nah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta go for yours. And his famous line is like, don't leave nothing on the table for nobody else.
Nice.
Like, that was his famous line. Like, don't leave nothing on the table for nobody else. And like when he passed last year, like a part of, like, a lot of, like, a real big part of me went with him. You know what I'm saying? A big part of me with him. So, you know, so by me, like, you know, by me actually, like, you know, going harder with the music, it's actually me kind of really keeping his name alive. And, like, you know, besides me actually having the same name as him, you know what I mean? So besides me having the same name, but it's actually keeping his spirit alive. And it's actually, I know he happy because I'm actually executing all the things that I wanted to do before he passed away. And then now, and then like, you know, when it comes to the clothing, like, you know, stuff like that, when it comes to dropping multiple projects, when it comes to being my own man, like, that's one of the things that keeps me going. Because even though I would want him sitting right next to me, seeing it physically, but I know that he's looking down like, yo, yeah, like, you know, yeah, my baby boy's doing it. Like, he good. Like, he got it. I left, like, you know, because, like, you know, I always look at it. I was like, yo, like, he left because he knew that, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm back.
Yeah, he back.
All right. So basically, like, you know, he left the world, you know what I'm saying, knowing that I'll be able to hold it down. So, you know, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So Pyro, listen, man, we what you was about to say, Mike? My bad.
No, go ahead. You about to do it. I know you about to.
Yeah, bro.
So listen, man. We almost about to get
we need a
part
part two, B. We need a part two.
For sure. We gonna get that in. For sure.
Part two.
We're gonna get that in, man. We about to get up out of here, but, you know, we can't let you just leave, right? You got to go through the ringer. So.
Oh man, what you got for me?
Got out. It's called rapid fire, man.
All right.
With the rapid fire, gonna let you know with the detail, man, and then we take it from there.
All right.
So the rapid fire joint, we're gonna go here. Hold on. We're gonna put you on the time real quick. All right. So these are just joints that you just go through. And we hit type it with the people, let you know some things about you behind it. All right. So now, here we go. And favorite rap album of all time?
Illmatic.
Favorite producer of all time?
Ooh. Ooh, this changes every day. Ooh.
On the clock, you want to skip and come back.
Dre.
Best advice you received so far.
I received so far. Keep going.
Got you. Production or lyrics?
Production.
Nike or Adidas?
Ooh, Nike.
Favorite project you've been a part of?
Ooh, my favorite project. Oh, damn. GQ the Prince, the catalog album, full-length album.
Hardest thing moving during this time of COVID?
Hardest thing moving? The hardest thing moving? What you mean?
So just going through everything that around the time.
Oh, not being able to travel like that.
Got you. White tees or black tees?
Ooh, black all the way, baby.
Got you. Favorite thing to do on the off time?
Ooh, if there is any off time, just sitting relaxing.
Got you. Favorite drop that you have heard besides your own Pyro Lucane? Favorite drop?
Favorite drop? Favorite drop. If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
That shit is hard.
That shit is hard, yo.
See?
That's dope. And your shit is definitely dope too, man.
Yeah,
like
it is,
great.
Yo, man. I know I fuck with you. But you, out of everybody we had on so far, you the only one besides me that picked black tees, my nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's yeah. That like you know what I'm saying. Like you know, that's the
black tees, man.
That's the nah. But you know what's crazy though, like because that's like you know that's like a revolutionary color. You know what I'm saying, like you know, real men wear black. You know what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day when the White Sox had the joints on the hat where it says real men wear black?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. But listen, man, you're a humble dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your energy, man. I appreciate your time, man, you gave us today, man. Of course, we're going to have a part
Appreciate
two.
y'all. Yeah, we definitely have a part two. Definitely.
And real quick, man. When is season 2 coming out, man, for Monday Night Flames, man?
Yo, Monday Night Flames, you know what's crazy? I actually just thought about it, man. So y'all gonna be the first ones. It's coming back in September.
Gotcha.
All right, yo.
Again, yo.
Back to back.
And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I basically just finalized my project, Morning Chops. That joint is coming out September 1st.
Nice, congrats.
Congrats, yo. Morning Chops. You'll be on the lookout. September 1st?
Yeah.
All right.
Shout your YouTube, shout your Instagram, and all that good stuff that you want to shout out, man, as we get out of here.
Shout these shouts, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Pyro Lucane, PYROLUCIAN. You know what I'm saying? And Facebook.com, Pyro Lucane, Snapchat Pyro Lucane, everything Pyro Lucane, like everything from YouTube all the way to Snapchat.
Perfect, man.
No, man, we definitely gonna have you back on, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. And I might gonna hit you off the behind the scenes, man, about some other things that we was talking about that we want to have you a part of too, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely all for it.
We gonna talk. We definitely gonna talk, man. I want to thank you for your time, Pyro, man.
No, man, I thank y'all, man, for real, man.
This the first, man.
We really appreciate that, man, and we definitely gonna talk soon again, man. As the
definitely, man. Yeah, man. Definitely wait on one more, like a couple more things before we bounce. No Easy Summer from me and GQ the Princess coming out at the end of the summer. I don't know when, but Morning Chops September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Flames coming back in mid September, and the Underground Icon merch. We definitely just damn near sold out of the first batch of shirts, and we actually coming back with the shorts. And I also have a personal merch line called it's actually called the Lucane Collection.
Okay.
Nice.
So basically, just to actually touch on that, like that's gonna be like it's gonna be a brand where like a lot of my projects that's out right now is gonna have merch coming through that line first. Yeah. Right. So right now, like, it's gonna be a lot of merch tees on the way. But as far as like, you know,
that shit. Hell yeah, promo it all. Word.
Definitely. So, you know, it's gonna be a lot of merch tees on the way, and then like, you know, after the merch, you know, after the I want to say after like the project merch collection, I'm sorry. After that, then that's when I'm gonna run with the dive into what I really already been cooking up as far as like the ideas on the clothing tip. So, you know, so yeah, definitely, man. You know, definitely, man. Underground Icon, Lucan Collection, Morning Chops, No Easy Summer, Monday Night Flames. We coming at you crazy.
Say no more. I should be.
Say no more. Okay, man. Episode 8.
Episode 8, man.
Wrapped up.
Rocking out with my guys from Promo Use Only. I'm gonna definitely need some merch too. I'm definitely gonna support that. You know, jack that all the way.
Same here, man. You already know.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
All the way around, man.
And everybody, man.
Right,
y'all next week, man.
Next time, man. You already know.
Definitely.
Be safe, y'all.
All right, definitely. Be safe, V.
Say no more.
All right.